What's up everyone, welcome to the 4x4x48 challenge. This video is going to show exactly how I got through the 4x4x48. By no means was it easy and was not that challenging also, but it was well in the realms of challenging. So before we start, I'm doing this for charity, not gonna ask for money, but I did raise 34,000 rupees. That's around X dollars. I'll put it up on the screen. That charity money is gonna go to me buying different food and supplies for orphanages, and I will post up a video on that as well if possible. Otherwise, follow my Instagram where I'll post updates on that event. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, subscribe to my channel, follow my Instagram, social medias, all of that. It's all on the screen. And without further ado, let's get started. Preparation includes three things: food, mental, and physical preparation. Those are the three kind of preparations that I kind of thought of to prepare myself for it. And don't ask why I'm wearing a cap. I don't have an answer. I'm just wearing it because I want to. So, firstly, food supplies. I just bought a few snacks that will help me get through: Gatorade, Snickers, and just a few protein bars. That's not the main meal though. The main meals will include anything, just random Indian diet, whatever is there in that. I have to make sure that I add extra salt in whatever food I'm having before my runs. My physical training wasn't much. I was still doing my regular workouts, but for legs, I was just going harder in the last month because I had to prepare for this and I had to make my legs stronger. And in the last week, I have not done a leg workout to prevent any injuries or anything like that. And mainly I started training calves. My calves were always skinny, and since the last month I somewhat trained them, but so they're stronger than before and they'll help me get through it. The main thing was the mental preparation. Some of you who know me and know how I work, I put up a poll on Instagram saying, do you think I will be able to do the 4x4x48? Now, stupid people, I won't call them stupid, they don't have the right kind of knowledge or the experience. They said I couldn't do it. They said I couldn't do it because they didn't see themselves doing this. So they said I couldn't do it. And when it comes to negativity, I seek criticism because I can flip it to use it as energy. So all those no's I got, I used it as strength. I'll use it as strength. And I'll get through. So thank you, haters. We're less than 1 hour from the starting line. So far, 10 people have told me I can't do it, and 2 of them told it to my face. And you know what they say about haters? They're telling me I can't do it because they can't see themselves doing it. But anyways, it's going to be a challenge for me. It's going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. So just prepare myself mentally because I will get this done no matter what. Miles done. First mile was alright. I got cramp in the beginning, so I had to walk most of it. I think the first 1.5 miles I had to walk, and then I got a cramp and it was bad. And I tried drinking water, then I remembered drinking water while you have a cramp will only increase it. So I chugged down some Gatorade and ate half a protein bar with some electrolytes. So the cramp slowly went away by mile 2 and I started running again. and the and just it was a mix of running and walking kind of, and but I made it through. The heat, I underestimated the heat, and it's only going to get worse. Another mistake I made was I took a backpack with me. It was heavy as shit, and it was bouncing on my back all the time, and now my back hurts. So yeah, that's 4 miles for me. I have 44 more to go. 8 miles done in total. I don't know what's up with me and cramps. As soon as I started running, I got a cramp. It was that bad, and kind of went in the end. The last 2 miles I went ham, no cramps or anything. But I have to find out a way to avoid this kind of stuff again. Run 3 overall was good. I just got some minor cramps again. Not. I was running at this point. I did have a few cramps, but I just ran through it. But it wasn't a wise thing to do, as you'll see later on in the video. By run 4, cramps were getting really bad. I don't know why I'm getting cramps, or I don't know what was going on. It wasn't your regular cramps where you are like depleted of electrolytes and then you get cramps. It wasn't that, because my nutrition was next level. I was prepared so well for nutrition. There's no way I got cramps because of that. I didn't want to walk the whole thing. I wanted to push myself physically. Okay, it's 1:30 now for this run number 5. Tried to put a band on my leg, on my ankle, because the pain in my ankles was getting bad. I didn't want it to increase, but then so I just put the band on. Cramp in my stomach just got so bad. Now I was just getting ready for the worst. A few minutes before my 9:30 run, I faced a problem. I had this cramp over here since 1:30 a.m. So it's been quite a lot of time. And before this run, I'd actually gone to the doctor to see like what's going on and that. And he said I should quit. He just said don't do this and take this medication, take this that, and just don't do it. Take rest for 2 days. And he said stuff like that. Actually started crying, like tears welled up in my eyes, because I want to get this done, but and I still after the doctor told me I couldn't do it, I still went and walked the whole thing. So you know what, if I can't run, I'll walk, and if I can't walk, I'll do something else, but I want to do this and I will do it. All I care about is covering the 48 miles. And the main thing is the doctor said that it could get serious, because like pressed my stomach somewhere and I was in the worst pain of my life. Like it hurt so bad, and I was like literally begging him to stop. I don't want to quit. I can't quit. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll get done. So before this run with the incident with the doctor, I also got a spray like for my joints, my cramps. I thought it would go away. My joints definitely felt better, but last, like it only heats that area up. It feels good in the short term, but it doesn't mean it's healing it or anything like that. It's just pain relief, some stuff like that. But it did help. So I bought that. My crampings, it didn't help that at all, but it definitely felt better. So my run 7 overall, walk 7 overall was good at a 15-mile pace. So definitely good. Walk number 8, I was feeling absolutely horrible. It was 36 degrees outside. The walk took me 1 hour and 27 minutes or something like that. Before run number 9, I was super energetic, because just before that, so many people were telling me to quit. So many people were like, hey man, this walking stuff, you might injure yourself, man. You shouldn't do this. Oh, man, come on, we need to stop this guy. He cannot continue. It's dangerous for him. He's still young. Long-term injuries ho sakta hai, or all this stuff. I'm like so triggered at these guys, man. But in run number 10, I paid off. It was 9:30. I paid off. The situation in my ankles got so bad. At this point, I already knew I'd done it. You can run 24 miles, run in 36-degree temperature. You can do all this stuff. How does 8 mile come even close to the stuff you already did? Run 11 in particular was horrible. I didn't want to risk getting any long-term injuries. Run 12, I didn't care how much pain I was just pushing through. The pain wasn't in the radar, it was just the anticipation of me crossing the finish line. But I did it. I never thought I could do it if you told me 2 years ago. That's the thing. That's the thing. You have to do stuff like this. How confident I am in myself after doing this. I know for a fact that no one can do this. No one that I know can do this. Do you know how it feels to know that? It could be anything. Even if you score max in a test, it's the hardest test in the world, but no one can do that. You know how confident you'll feel after that. Okay, how about this? Even if you're not the best, even if you're super stupid right now, genuinely you score low on Instagram all day, on YouTube all day, you're doing all this crap. The people who are already good, they were never addicted to Instagram, they were never addicted to YouTube, they were never addicted to these things. They were always good at what they did, right from like first grade. They were scoring max in their tests and all that. What would you feel like when you, despite being in such a terrible place, in such crap, you become better than them, you become as good as them or even better than them? They never gone through the stuff that you did, but you had to go through all these things to get to where they are at. That's an instant feeling of, hey man, I'm better than you. You've not gone through this shit. I have. And that's also the case with me. So I was the dumb guy, I was the whatever. You know that, you know this. I don't need to rant about it, but still, you have to do this, because the amount of pride you'll have for yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more of me, watch more of the crazy stuff I'll be doing in the future, I make videos on fitness, motivation, mindset, and if you want to watch videos on these topics, subscribe, like this video so more people can see it and more people can be inspired just like you and change their lives. Take care.